Hello wonderful people, and you're welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah, and if this is your first time on my channel, you're welcome. I talk about tech and my journey in being a software developer here in Accra, Ghana. So you're welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be walking you through the whole debate about getting a computer science degree or not to get a computer science degree before you get into tech. I'm going to be breaking down all the things that I know and all the things that you may want to consider if you are still having this debate in your head about whether to get a degree or not. And I'm going to be talking about everything from salary to the benefits of having a degree, or maybe the not so good side of having a degree, and everything that you may want to know about it. And do also leave a comment if you don't understand anything, and I will respond to it gladly. So let's get into today's video. So jumping right into it, I have a computer science degree from KMST, where I did a whole 4 years of studies on computer science, and I have even done a video on all the courses that I did when I was in school. Today I'm going to be highlighting some of the interesting parts or not so interesting parts of having a computer science degree. And the first thing that comes to mind is the exposure that doing a computer science degree gives you. So one of the things that you get to experience when you are doing a computer science degree is that you are exposed to other fields other than programming. So most of the time, people who are in tech only know of the programming aspects of computer science. They forget the IoTs, the networking, the lots and lots of opportunities that come, like graphic designing. It's amazing that we even get to study graphic designing in a computer science course. Like you may think that it's only people who are doing communication and design who do that course, but the computer science degree is such a broad program that it gives you a lot of exposure into other fields that you may not even think that are necessary when you are doing computer science. And that is one of the most important things that comes with having a computer science degree. You get to have a feel of every bit of the whole computer science stuff, like the whole thing that is engulfed in having a tech degree or like being in tech. And it's a very good exposure for a young person looking to delve much deeper into things about tech and programming and stuff. But one of the things that I think that people who don't have a computer science degree kind of miss out on is like getting to know like a little bit of other things, right? Even though they are not necessarily important, but it enhances like your scope of knowledge, like your scope of awareness. Like you get to know something even though you are not doing that field. So there's this saying that a jack of all trades is a master of none, and that is literally what the computer science degree is centered on. Like you get to be a jack of lots of trade. Then when you come out of school, you decide on which of them you want to be a master of, and it's a very good opportunity for you if you are getting into the university for the first time, not knowing where exactly you want your life to be directed towards. You just have to go through the whole scope of learning a lot of things and then coming out to choose one of them, which may be a very good pick for you at the end of the 4-year program. And having said that, it doesn't mean that if you don't have a computer science degree, you don't stand a chance of learning other things, but it's like what the computer science degree presents to you is this kind of exposure. That is what I'm highlighting on. It doesn't mean that you cannot decide to like learn other things if you want to. If you don't have a computer science degree, you may have the opportunity to even have more time to learn more things than people who would actually go through the whole computer science route. So it's also I think this situation is quite a win-win situation for both parties, so it's fine. The next situation I want to highlight is the template of reality. So most of the time, people who go through a computer science degree or go through the university to study computer science degree get to have a glimpse of what the reality of being in tech may be. Though it doesn't cover everything that you will do professionally when you come out of school, but it gives you a glimpse of what's the tech professional field may be like when you are in school. And I think that this is one of the things that people who do not have a computer science degree may miss out from. I remember in school we get to go on field trips to some organizations who are also tech dominated in the country, and we get to experience what they go through in their daily lives, how they work professionally. And that's one thing that we get to enjoy as people who have had a computer science degree. But then also again, it doesn't mean that if you do not have a computer science degree, you cannot fit into this setting of getting into tech. That is not what I'm trying to say here. I hope I'm not misconstrued anyway. The next point is the kind of networking that we build. So over the years, when you are studying computer science, you are exposed to a lot of opportunities that are tech driven or that are computer science driven. People who are like-minded within that niche of experience or of professionalism, and it's one of the things that is a very good pick for anyone who is in tech or in school doing computer science, because you get to know that networking around the people who are like-minded as you is a very good skill. It's a very good tool for you to use even in your job search, in getting to have like certain information very rapidly. And it's one of the things that I think that people who have computer science degrees get to enjoy, because they get to stay around people who are like-minded. They get to network and grow stronger bonds with people who are within this field, right? So if someone who is having a computer science degree has, like, let's say 10 people around him who are within his niche, he stands the chance of getting better experience or better exposure compared to someone who is doing, let's say, an English major, and then you are coming into tech for the first time, not knowing anyone, not knowing anything except the things that you have learned probably online or from boot camps. And that is one of the things that you may want to consider, that getting into the right network really helps you to build the kind of environment that you are looking to get yourself into when you come out of school. So my next point is also about salary negotiation. So one of the things that when I came out of school, I was really majoring on was that I have a computer science degree, I have a computer science degree, I have a computer science degree, because a lot of people who are hiring are either hiring people who have computer science degrees or are very experienced without computer science degrees. So it's like a trade-off. You can either trade your computer science degree for like no experience, or you can trade lots of experience for no computer science degree. And it's kind of like a balance between the two of them. If you are getting into tech for the first time with lots of experience in tech, or maybe you've done lots of projects and everything, and you don't have a computer science degree, it is as equal as someone who has no experience at all but has a computer science degree, at least for this part of the world here in Accra. Because one of the things that I've realized that when I'm applying for jobs, either they are requiring that I have a computer science degree or that I have lots of years of experience in tech. For entry-level jobs, it is so difficult when you don't have a computer science degree and you're trying to, and you also don't have any years of experience when you are applying. And to even add up to that is like, when you have a computer science degree, you can actually pull off a good negotiation on salary than someone who has no computer science degree and doesn't have enough years of experience. So you can say that, so comparing two people who are applying for the same job, one has a computer science degree and one doesn't, and their level of expertise is like almost the same, the person who has a computer science degree is likely to get paid higher than the one who doesn't have a computer science degree. So all that I've said may sound gibberish and everything, because now in this world in 2022, getting into 2023, having a computer science degree is really not so much of a vibe. Like, it's not so much of a hype anymore. People can get hired without a computer science degree. I remember in my case, I was even hired without any demand for a computer science degree because of the skill set that I was coming on board with. And it's one of the things that I want to sell out to you in this video, that prioritize your skill sets than the degree. You may be in school currently and that is fine, but don't focus on the degree, because the demand for degree is declining and you may not want to come out of school only to have a big shock that the degree that you fought so much for is really not relevant out there. So what I would advise is that when you're in school, prioritize getting the skill. Even if you are trying to get a computer science degree, that's fine, but still, someone who doesn't have a computer science degree can snatch your job with the skill set that they have. And that is what I am selling out to everyone today, that it's not really important if you have a computer science degree or not, but it has its good side, which I've highlighted in this video. Fine, but it's not the ultimate goal. It's not like something that is like a final stage. Just because you have a computer science degree doesn't mean that you are secured of a job or you are secured of the next promotion or whatever. Your skill set is the most important thing currently in 2022 onwards. So this brings me to the end of today's video. Stay around and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.